end of Dragon Ball Super, we see the most fierce battle to have ever shown in any anime. We see all-out war between every other existing universe in Dragon Ball lore. In that war, we see a fierce battle between Son Goku and Jiren, in which our main character Son Goku unlocks the most hyped and awesome power-up to have ever existed in anime history, the autonomous Ultra Instinct. And Android 17 comes victorious in that huge battle. Upon his victory, he wishes from the Super Dragon Balls to bring back every other universe that Zeno has destroyed, which brings back every other universe that was destroyed during the Tournament of Power. And then the Dragon Ball Super manga continues on a regular storyline. But every other fan had a question in their mind. What if? What if when Android 17 wished for the destroyed universe to come back, it didn't only bring the destroyed universe during the Tournament of Power, but instead it also brought back the universe that Zeno destroyed in the previous times. And that single what if question gave birth to the Dragon Ball Kakumei manga. So the Dragon Ball Kakumei manga is not actually canon and it is a fan-made manga. But the quality of content in that fan manga is so awesome that it actually surpasses the original Dragon Ball Super manga. Before I start getting in depth of the manga, I should tell you that the difference between Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Kakumei is that after the Tournament of Power, they both start going in a different path. Which means the origin and backstory of both are same, including the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super continuing to the Tournament of Power. The very shift in story that Dragon Ball Kakumei makes is after the Tournament of Power, when previous universes are brought back, and then we see the mother of all angels, or aka the wife of Grand Priest, and then we are teased to a multiversal war between Grand Priest, Zeno, Goku, Vegeta, and every other good guys of our Dragon Ball universe, and every other erased universes that was vanished or destroyed by Zeno. So this multiversal war is going to be very awesome, as when Grand Priest was asked why were these universes destroyed, then he replied that these universes were so powerful that they held a threat against Zeno, from which you can actually assume the power level of those universes. Do you remember how in the old Dragon Ball Z days, Goku, Vegeta, and even Trunks, they looked very muscular and very buffed up? Did you ever, while watching Dragon Ball Super, feel like that we were missing that bulky and muscular look of our main characters? Then Kakumei has a gift for you, because every other canon characters or important characters in this manga is actually very beefed up and bulky, like in every other JoJo manga. If you have read the JoJo manga, then you are understanding what I'm referring to. Though the version of Goku that we see in the Dragon Ball Kakumei hasn't actually mastered Ultra Instinct yet, but the version of Super Saiyan Blue that we see in the Dragon Ball Kakumei is actually far stronger than the mastered Ultra Instinct version in the Dragon Ball Super. As the time when Kakumei launched, Ultra Instinct was a very hyped up and godly power, so they didn't actually make Goku achieve that mastered Ultra Instinct at that time. The Super Saiyan Blue of Dragon Ball Kakumei is so powerful that the first battle that we see in Dragon Ball Kakumei was a rematch between Beerus and Goku. They were having a rematch in outer space area far from Earth, and in that fight we see how strong actually Super Saiyan Blue is. Goku was going toe to toe against Beerus, a destroyer. Although we have seen him going toe to toe with Beerus in Super Saiyan God form, but the version of Beerus we saw in this Kakumei version was far superior to that. The very sparring between Goku and Beerus made various planets in that outer space literally vanish. Angels and destroyers from other universes could feel the impact of their fight. Even Champa was telling, why is Beerus in my universe? Then we see Vados interrupting Champa and correcting him that Beerus is not actually in universe 6. Rather, he is in universe 7, and the very aura and the power of Beerus is so powerful that every other universal destroyers and angels could feel it. They were saying that the feeling was so intense that it was like Goku was standing right beside them. Through these arguments, you can exactly understand that how powerful Super Saiyan Blue from Kakumei is. Then we see our main character Son Goku tap into a little power of Ultra Instinct, which forms a dragon aura which swallows up every other planet near him, and through that you can actually understand the power scaling of Dragon Ball Kakumei. It is not actually done yet there. We see the mother of all angels, as I have mentioned earlier. She comes with an army of every other erased universes that were destroyed by Zeno, and we see Golden Frieza also turn into a destroyer of a universe that he killed the destroyer of. From the things I have said, you can actually feel the hype of that manga right now. So this manga Dragon Ball Kakumei is building a plot for a multiversal war between two sets of groups. And we see Grand Priest declaring to every other planet of every universe that there is going to be a huge multiversal war, and every other mortal and immortal should prepare and take place in that war. Just to make this situation very miserable and helpless for our main characters, the writers of Dragon Ball Kakumei actually decided to chain up Goku. So we see a universe pop up in middle of nowhere, and then Goku goes to inspect it. The angels and destroyers of Universe Zero beats and captures our main character Goku. They chains him up in the Universe Zero. Then Grand Priest teleports every other angels and rebels, and then he sends them back to Universe Zero and stops the time there. Which means that every other destroyer and evil angels are trapped in same universe with Goku, which makes the situation very helpless for our important characters. The first few chapters of this manga is so awesome that it actually overhypes the very existence of Dragon Ball Super. I know it sounds kind of funny saying like that, but when you read Dragon Ball Kakumei, you will actually understand how great it is. So the final verdict, should you read it? Of course you should read it. It is a great and awesome manga. You should start reading it right now. It builds a hype that you will never see in any other anime. So you should read this manga as soon as possible. And before you stop watching and leaving my channel right here, I will ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, don't forget to watch other videos of mine which will help me a lot.